Shit. Shit.
लो शिवम भाई, और ब्रो क्या हाल?
Into the wind.
इवेंट्स देखूं, कुछ आया है क्या? ओ भाई साहब, ओ भाई साहब, टोटल लॉगिन्स, बस लॉगिन करने में इवेंट मिलना, क्या ही बात है। शनयुन, शनयुन, इतने सारे इवेंट्स। इवेंट्स ही इवेंट्स, डेली 7 लॉगिन से 10 विशेस, गो टू अबिस, ये तो मेरे से ना हो पाएगा भाई। कितना अच्छा लगा ना, इसी बात पे अपन जा रहा है विश करने। शिवम भाई कर दूं विश इसके ऊपर, ये नहीदा बैनर पे करूं बताओ? एक्चुअली मैं तो नहीदा बैनर पे ही करूंगा, क्या बोलते शिवम भाई? 10 बार तो बनता है यार। ये लाल इश्क, ये मलाल इश्क, ये ऐब इश्क, ये बैर, मेरे को ये लौंडा चाहिए अपने साथ। नॉइल निकल आई तो सीटू हो जाएगी। तुझ संग पैर लगाया ऐसा, रहा ना मैं फिर अपने यो फ्रेडन भाई, मैं क्या बोल रहा, मैं विश करने जा रहा था, कर दूं विश 10 बारी। रोकना मत मुझे, ठीक है ना? मेरा नाम इश्क, तेरा नाम, बेस्ट ऑफ लक, शीशी इज वेटिंग फॉर, कद्दू मेरी पिटी ही नहीं है इतनी। 4 स्टार कैरेक्टर लूंगा मैं चुपके से एक, बस ये लौंडा मिल जाए मेरे को, मजा आ जाएगा। मिल गया क्या?
Hey boss,
भाई मिल
things
गया,
going?
गेमिंग मिल गया
I'm a
मेरे को।
guard from the communications office.
ओह
So all this needs shipping, right?
भाई ये सस्ता बेनेट है एक तरह से। मुझको तो यही चाहिए था। अब इसको मैं अपनी एक टीम में रखूंगा, आई डोंट नो फॉर सम रीजन बट यस। मेरा नाम इश्क, तेरा नाम इश्क, मेरा नाम इश्क, तेरा नाम इश्क, मेरा नाम इश्क, तेरा नाम इश्क, मेरा नाम तेरा नाम, मेरा नाम इश्क,
Wherever in this
ये नाम है।
world I roam,
ये देखते हैं जाके बंदे को।
I carry memories.
भाई ये अच्छा बंदा अच्छा नहीं है क्या? कैरेक्टर क्या मतलब? देखने में तो ओपी लग रहा। मैक्स हो गया, असेंड कर दूं इसको? असेंड तो करेंगे।
Whoa.
बढ़िया है ना? हाँ ब्रो, तभी तो मैं लिया उसको। और एक फ्री की इंटरट्वाइंड फेट भी मिल गई। कूल लग रहा मेरे को यार ये बंदा। इसको मेरे को असेंड करना है। मेरे को ये मशरूम कहाँ मिलेगा? हाँ छोड़ो, मशरूम का क्या ही करना। ये तो है ही असेंडेड।
My home. This blade. It is the last link I have to the land of my birth. The wind knows me. Time to go.
भाई तुम्हें मिला क्या ये कैरेक्टर? एक काम करते हैं, सोलो लेवलिंग न्यू एपिसोड कमिंग 10:30 बजे। अरे भाई मैं 2-3 एपिसोड देख चुका हूँ, क्या ही ओपी सीन है उधर। कि नहीं है कैरेक्टर। और यहाँ मेरे क्वेस्ट नहीं खत्म हो रहा है।
Into the wind.
क्या ही कर सकते हैं।
Both parties have returned to their positions. Let us continue the trial. When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue stating her reconstruction of the events.
ओके, फिर मेरे लिए यार फार्म करवा देना।
That took
थोड़ा
long
बहुत।
enough. Now then, if everyone would
बताऊंगा
lend
क्या?
me their attention. At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Linny's perspective. As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel. When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box. He did not realize that this sound could be heard by everyone. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out before making her change clothes to prevent others from... At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise. And so Linny proceeded to knock him out too before stuffing him into that box. Afterward, Linny passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box in the audience stands, before operating... And there you have it. That's the truth behind what happened.
Does the defendant's side have any objections to Lady Farina's description of the events?
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events, what Linny experienced, and what he saw. Seems this won't produce a particular... S- Se- Seems this... Seems this won't produce a particularly effective rebuttal. According to Lin... Seems this... Linny went to the room that contains the Oratrice's core. This is the actual truth. Linny did not take part in the under...
Ahem! Attention! Ace Detective Paimon has something to say! When the countdown started, Linny did indeed go into the tunnel. But he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core of the Oratrice is stored. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. Since he felt something was amiss, the crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again. And in order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there for any length of time. Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from him. Paimon did it! Paimon...
In other words, you believe that he knew nothing of the incident?
That's right!
My reasoning?
If that's the case, then if Cowell hadn't entered the tunnel, who was the entire setup meant to kill? Assuming that what you say is true, Linny only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance case. What would the point of killing someone on stage be?
Oh, they have a point.
That's right, you tell him! And that's why they're partners of mine. They've managed to turn things around. Oh, well,
Neelu
your
bind karo.
denial is very strident. I'll give you that.
Sounds
But
like
what proof do you have to back your claims?
Neelu. कर
Of
लो
course I
मतलब
do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, how could he have not heard that sound? Why do you ask?
हाइपर ब्लूम
You're
के लिए
saying that he wasn't?
मैं तो हाइपर ब्लूम ट्रैवलर से ही मार रहा नहीं था जब तक नहीं मिल रही तब तक
Are you sure we don't need to give this more thought?
ओह
there's something
नहीं था है
off
आप
here.
पास पहले से सब तो बात ही अलग है
That's right! Linny wasn't in the box or in the tunnel. This means that when the crime happened, Linny had already entered the basement via the vent. The same clue you used to disprove his alibi.
Well,
मैं भूल गया था
to think you'd use such logic. Well then, if it wasn't Linny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
पट्टूई
Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary... The deceased's name is Cowl.
Huh? That can't be right. Are you serious?
Batman?
The killer was
Batman कब से आ गया
Is
कैरेक्टर?
that so? How interesting! Let's hear your reasoning then.
What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowl did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to victim. Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey. It would have been tough for both people to fit. The deceased's name is Cowl, Linny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. No one entered or...
Nah.
The deceased's name is Cowl. It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent.
Luke. Oh. Master Luke.
Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel.
Master Luke was the first. Oh, yes. Hi. और क्या हाल भाई? अभी भी मैंने नाहिदा निकाला है बट वो निकली नहीं. उसने कहा बहुत ठंड हो रही है, मैं नहीं निकलूंगी. मैंने कहा ठीक है.
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble figuring?
I see how.
Look, since we're at a dead end, why not consider, just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been utterly different from the magician's initial design.
गेमिंग निकला है ब्रो, गेमिंग.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel
अच्छा लग रहा है सुन के वो.
exits, and none of them seem very. And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just.
Excuse my interruption, dear opponents, but do you not see that the crowd is growing impatient? There is no greater sin in this opera house than an awkward delay in the performance.
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Hold on a second.
Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey. The deceased's
खत्म
name
हो
is
गया मेरे.
Cowl, Linny's assistant. The vase was not broken.
Here we go. कल लास्ट था ब्रो.
Paimon gets it! It all comes together if Halsey disappeared instead of being kidnapped. Lynette escaped from the water tank. If there's a...
भाई मैं सुना बहुत सारे इवेंट में प्रेमोज आए.
Just a moment, please. How could a person ever be transformed into water? Must we really? I should think
तो
that
फिर
of
daily
anyone.
fix
Your
time
friend
पे live आ
Lenny
जाना.
already magic
Yes,
tricks
time
are
बताओ fix क्या है वैसे
ultimately
तो.
just illusions and
Wednesday के
misdirection.
अलावा तो मैं आ ही जाऊंगा
But
रात में.
Halsey's disappearance is very...
Even so, I trust the traveler's judgment. The truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may open if we try to gather all the
हम
focal
सब
points that
देख
don't
रहा
make
हूँ.
sense. Since Cal was
Ron
the
by OP.
deceased, but given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings, would it?
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their rope. the way I see it, your suggestion that we broaden the scope of our investigation is nothing
like
but
mera,
a
"Arey
tactic
Ryan bhai,
for stalling
thanks."
the trial.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney.
किसी ने
Since
like
the
ही नहीं
trial does
किया.
indeed appear to be at an impasse, I believe that additional evidence may help us make more progress. Guards,
भाइयाँ,
please step into the lounge and
आर्कॉन
examine
तो
the
मेरे को
personal
ये
effects of
नेवलेट
the
लग रहा.
deceased cowl.
We are still examining the items, but we have already made critical progress that we feel must be shared with everyone post-haste. We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage. The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids
Hydrodragon
are water from the primordial
नेवलेट
sea.
भाई क्या ही आदमी है.
Primordial sea.
I mean, he looks like something
Note's
more than,
contents also indicate
you know.
that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an accomplice. The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date. The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely that Halsey
Mega
was
spoiler
chosen
de
as some
diya.
sort of... As such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis is, in fact, supported by sufficient evidence.
You've got to be kidding! People dissolving into water?
Could something so ridiculous
मैजेस्टिक है भाई, मैजेस्टिक है बंदा.
Wait a moment. This reminds
मेरे
me
को
of
मिला
some
नहीं.
prophecy.
वॉन्डरर भाई लिटरली
just a
एक पुल में
coincidence,
निकला है
isn't
मेरे
it?
लिए, बट नहीं चाहिए था. ये चाहिए था, ये नहीं निकला.
Who can become water? Does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And if Cowell... Wait just a minute. Could that mean... You two, with me, quick!
नहीं.
Mademoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
Let's go. Just trust me.
Order! Order! It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded some
मेरा
surprising
second
results.
account
But
पे
we cannot
second
yet
या third
verify
pull
the veracity
पे
of these
निकला.
clues.
Oh.
Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic, albeit with the understanding that Ms. Halsey has yet to be found. Guards, please continue examining the items along these lines. Mr. Linney,
आर्कॉन
your
नहीं, आर्कॉन
hypothesis
होता है.
is supported by the evidence, so please continue
भाई
speaking.
आर्कॉन तो
Of course. Thank you, Your Honor. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all. Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the primordial sea.
The water from the primordial sea should already have been prepped before Halsey entered the magic... Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic
फिर
trick.
तो एनाकोंडा
It was instead some form of
एनाचोंडा
triggering
हुआ.
mechanism. The rope that held the water tank up was lit by the fireworks and snapped. I remember there was... The deceased's name is... The water from the
Oh. भाई पैलवर्ड गेम देखा किसी ने? मैंने आज डाउनलोड करके थोड़ा सा. हाँ रॉन भाई, टाइपो समझा करो यार. इंग्लिश टीचर की तरह पीछे ही पड़ जाते हो बस.
When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box. When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey.
बड़े मनहूस लग रहे हो.
Afterward, Cowell would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage. But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his tracks.
Huh. That does make sense.
That actually links together a lot of the more confusing pieces of evidence.
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think they sound convincing now. Have I?
Now, it seems like the only point of contention remaining is the exact circumstances that led to Cal's death. His notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to the situation.
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that they uncovered new evidence. I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
Chandni raat
Thank you, Your Honor.
badi
We were just inspecting the luggage of the other people involved in this case. And we found an identical sample of the water from the primordial sea among Linny's personal effects.
Oh my god.
What?
That can't be. Oh, I see. Well, how wonderfully comedic to have your own counterattack only to come back and wound you. Does this not clear all doubt? My dear citizens, my loyal audience, allow me to present my reasoning and bring this performance to a swift close. Linny did not need to take part in the dissolution, having made modifications to the props beforehand. His effect upon his return, and ultimately, he knocked Cowell out, and the tool meant to cover the crime up also became a murder weapon.
भाई मैं गाना कौन सा गाता था यूजुअली? सच बताना यार भाई, आपको फुरीना कैसी लगी? भाई लग तो क्यूट रही है.
As much as I regret having come to such a viciously straightforward conclusion,
But
it does seem
थोड़ा सा
that the famed
like
Fatui is quite
you know
the cold-blooded and
नेगेटिव
ruthless.
कैरेक्टर टाइप की लग रही है यार. गलत
Am I
साइड खड़ी है
right,
currently.
Mr. Linny?
We've used up all the evidence we collected. Is this the end of the road?
मोहब्बत करने वाले हम ना हो.
Either. It doesn't look like there's any way around this. Seems using the water as new evidence was too good.
I think we've all seen enough now. I believe this is indeed. Now then, my good, noble Chief Justice, should we not, in your view, move...
Excuse me, everyone, but I must interject.
Miss, I must ask you not to shout and to respect the ongoing legal proceedings.
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. Now, would anyone here like to take a little break from all this debate and see a little magic? I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared back in the flesh. Right before... What in the world?
No offense, miss, but miracles like that are beyond my scope.
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? It often conceals... Once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again? And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous finale to today's performance? Come on, Linny and Lynette. Give it another go. Don't worry. Spina di Rasula has made the necessary arrangements on your part. As the magic makers and stars of the show, I think I should leave the final performance to you.
I understand.
और नेविलेट क्या कर रहा है? वो कहेगा हाँ ठीक है ये कर लो पहले.
And well...
What in the...
Sorry for the interruption.
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So the whole thing about people dissolving wasn't true after all?
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence. I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one put on trial. I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me.
ये तो
And then before I knew
जिंदा
it, she caught me.
That'll teach you.
Where should I begin? I'm sorry. I'm the one who killed Cowell. I admit it.
Oh.
What? Why?
Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt. I heard that Linny's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket, so that's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there. And I'd never been caught before. But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away. Linny was the one who caught me in the act.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. So you were the thief!
Oh.
Liddy even mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Starting wala.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me. He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. I thought he was onto me for sure. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee. But then I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box. There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box containing performance costumes. I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera house.
Can a person even hide in there?
But I swear I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, I swear it. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I may be a thief, but I'm no—
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
This time, we need to tell the entire story from Lillian's perspective. See?
Oh, sorry.
The strange sound wasn't from a fight. The flower vase was— Lillian was afraid that she would be recognized if she left, so she changed clothes and hid, biding her time. Just what one might expect of an experienced thief.
And it's Ace Detective Paimon time!
अरे क्या हुआ?
Having been selected out of the blue, Lillian panicked.
मैं नहीं समझा. अच्छा हाँ, अभी भी एक चीज नहीं समझ. रैंडमली वो कैसे सेलेक्ट हुई? वो मशीन भी तो अल्टर्ड थी ना.
So she kicked the door open, producing the thud we all heard. Hearing the commotion, Cowell leapt into the tunnel, only to discover that Lillian had not dissolved. He did not know that Lillian was not from Fontaine, but was a thief who made her way in by stealing a ticket.
क्यों था वो बट?
Mistakenly believing that the water from the primordial sea needed time to take effect, he tried to force Lillian back into the box. The two broke the flower vase during the struggle, but Lillian came out on top, knocking Cowell out and putting him in the box. With no way of escaping, she changed her clothes and hid in the costume trunk until the performance ended.
Oh.
That
she had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons.
मतलब दो तीन चीजें मिसिंग हैं अभी भी.
Two of them right under our noses.
At this point, all the events that happened in the tunnel have now come to...
So bravo!
Now then, Lady Farina, do you wish to speak against the defense's statements? Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave the room before the proceedings have
Farina
concluded.
is love. Farina.
What? Are you reading my mind now? No, I have no further arguments. I admit defeat. But really, could you at least have left me with some dignity?
Wow. Look at that.
Something is not good between.
Now.
Something is not
if there
good
are
between
no objections, then
this
as
guy
the Chief
and
Justice of Fontaine,
Farina.
I shall once again repeat the full sequence of events. The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen. To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowell thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was dissolved. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks. He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water.
Navlet is her
If all had
father
gone to
figure.
plan,
Oh my god.
the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise.
So,
Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final victim. Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes. As for Linny, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings. From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude... While there is much in Linny and Lillian's conduct that this case, at least, can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision. As such, Linny and Lynette are officially declared
not guilty.
Great work. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn. How did you find the water from the primordial sea in Linny's baggage?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know. Or was that not a discovery, but false evidence that you dared to bring before this...
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Linny, but you, yes? I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Koopa
Not a
Town.
real father, just like Naruto.
I was
and
just following orders. We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui. The higher-ups said this was the best opportunity to do so.
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability to said higher-ups, yes? Therefore you...
Yes, I'll tell you everything I know. Our boss discovered that the water can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration. We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent more off it. The disappearances were also the boss's idea.
अरे ये क्या हो गया? खुद पानी बन गया.
Now he can no longer talk.
Such ruthlessness.
An outrage. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
So, we're just going back now?
फिर से कुछ हो गया?
That's true, but...
Traveler, Paimon, please wait.
यार ये दुनिया की प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने में लगा है, इसकी खुद की बहन खो गई है. हाँ? That doesn't make sense.
I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe you
वो
don't even
शक्ल
want
लौंडा
to look
नहीं
at
था,
me.
पिघल
But
गया.
still, let me thank you again for
मैं
defending me to
उस
the
दिन
end.
पिघल गया. हाँ?
Even after you learned that I'm a member of, I guess. But regardless, I'd like the opportunity to set things straight. I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. I've spoken to you as myself, just plain Linny this entire time. As for why I'm a Fatus, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan like me. That's all. That was how Father, who you might know as the Knave, approached recruiting us back then too.
The Knave? The one who controls the House of the Hearth? She's your father?
That's right. And since we're here, I was wondering, would you mind hearing a story? It's about my past. Back when our parents first
अभी
died,
आर्क 1 ये
Lynette and
तो
I
चल
were
रहा
left
है.
wandering the streets. To
ऐसे ही
survive,
कुछ पहले ही
I
है
took
भाई
to
अभी तो.
surreptitiously observing an older street performer. I took my sister through several. To my surprise, before long, an aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take us in after watching my performances.
So you went from orphans to nobility just like that?
That was how we felt at first, too. As if fate was on our side and we could say goodbye to those painful days. But I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he was really after my talent for magic trick. He would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to garner attention.
That doesn't seem too bad either.
It took a while for me to realize just how dark his heart really was. After one particular performance at a banquet, I discovered that Lynette was not on the same return vehicle as me. I waited a long time after we returned home.
I don't even know
she
who's
did not
that
come back.
guy.
I went to that. The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most eminent person at the banquet, so I sent her over as a gift. I mean, you'll be able to perform your magic regardless of who your assistant is, yes?
Oh no. So he was gonna... But wouldn't
Not
Fontaine's
guy?
laws deal with such people?
Then
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care, and they have their ways of escaping the eye of the law.
what is the title?
I managed to ferret out the
What?
location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person and hurried through the night. But by the time I leaped over the walls, avoided the guards, and made my way in, all I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood, and the knave standing there in the darkness.
So, she'd already taken care of that guy.
That's right. She had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm, and had even discovered several girls hidden in a basement, all of them orphans. Father, I mean, the knave, might have seen something in me, and so she made me an offer. The House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, none will ever betray you. Indeed, betrayal shall never be permitted here. I was hesitant to trust her. I mean, I had just been betrayed by nobles, but she was also quick to destroy the noble who had taken us in at first, giving us back.
Oh, so that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
Oh, red and white.
Has her own plans.
Sergi.
She has gained permission from the Saritsa
Sire.
to first use the Gnosis' power once she obtains
Sire.
it. She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy and save Fontaine.
So, she believes in that prophecy too?
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis. Today's
know
case
what
has
prophecy
also
they are
proven that
talking
people from
about.
Fontaine can indeed dissolve into some sort of water, thus further supporting the prophecy. Everyone at Hotel Bouffe d'été, including the knave, has their roots in Fontaine, and we will always defend our homeland. To us orphans, the only connection we have left to this world, apart from our family, is our homeland.
So, from small
It's all right. I understand. The only thing I can do is relate all this to you. I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the house, I have never stopped making my own decisions, and that I believe what I'm doing is right. If you should need anything at all in the future, feel free to find me. I will do my best to help you. As plain
अरे किस चीज की बारे में बात कर रहे हो? मेरे को भी बताओ.
Bye, Lenny.
एनीमे है. ओह, वाह. मैं भी यही सोच रहा था, ये कौन सी चिड़िया है? Sorry, sire. Lies cast shadow under gathered lights. भाई इवेंट्स किया कोई?
Hey there. What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for us, Navia?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial disappearances case, though. Don't you think so too? Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
I was really only trying to defend Lenny.
Besides, are you sure we're the ones who can crack a case that's been cold for and
दूसरा अब भी खत्म होगा भाई. You just wait and see.
there should be a trail of breadcrumbs for the Hydro Archon's people to follow now, right?
Ah. I see. Well, I won't lie. I'm a little shocked to hear that from you. But I'm sorry. I might have been too presumptuous.
मुझे क्यों नहीं याद आ रहे पुराने दिन? मैं कहाँ था
And
उन
we were
दिनों?
having so much fun investigating with you too. It was like having new waters flowing into a stagnant mire,
like
causing
अभी
new hope to
ठीक
spring
करके
forth.
देता. अब भी
Sorry
करता
about
ब्रो
that.
क्वेस्ट पूरा.
I'm a bit prone to nostalgia.
अब भी आर्क पूरी करता. अब भी मेरे को समझ में आया करना कैसे.
Shall we have a farewell
My
meal?
first scratch
You know, to
is
commemorate our
death.
time as partners? Huh?
And me who don't even know who it is.
That formal?
Well, I'd just like to have a proper ending to every important memory. That way there are no regrets later. Anyway, it would just be a meal, so it shouldn't take up too much of your time.
You don't have to twist Paimon's arm. If Boss Navi is treating, count Paimon in.
Oh, wonderful. In that case, why don't we return to the court of Fontaine and head to the Hotel de Boer?
All right then, let's have our farewell meal.
मुझे कुछ समझ क्यों नहीं आ रहा है किस बात का स्पॉइलर नहीं देना है. अरे बाप रे बाप, कुछ कंप्लीट हुआ मेरा, कुछ कंप्लीट किया मैं भाई. चांदनी रात बड़ी देर के बाद आई है, एक बात बड़ी देर के. अगर लव स्टोरी वाला एनिमे है तो ना जी ना, मैं ना देख रहा. सुना है माई ड्रेस अप डार्लिंग सीजन 2 आ रहा. ये सब कौन कौन सी चीजें हैं? रॉन इट्स ब्लड टाइप एनिमे. बड़ी देर के बाद आए हैं. रिवॉर्ड तो बाद में लेते रहेंगे हम लोग. मैं पता क्या एक कोई क्वेस्ट मिस कर रहा हूँ पीछे का. बट ठीक भी है. एसकेएस भाई तुमने मेरे को स्टिल नहीं बताया मैं कौन सा गाना गाता हूँ यार. कौन सा गाना गाता था पुराने दिन में. यार मेरे को एक ये GTA लग रहा थोड़ा सा पुराने ज़माने का जहाँ पे तलवारबाजी है और मिशन करने होते हैं और थोड़ी सी पावर्स हैं और जापान है.
I came here several times with my father when I was little, but stopped eating here as often
हाँ
after
भाई
growing
मैं
up.
देखा यार.
I hope
मुझे
the food
नाम
here
नहीं
will be
पता.
to your taste.
Oh, don't worry.
मैं
We
देखता
haven't
हूँ
eaten
Demon
at a
Slayer,
hotel
Attack on
like this
Titan,
in a
Jujutsu
while.
Kaisen, Punch Man,
Paimon's getting
Mob
excited
100,
already.
Chainsaw Man. Oh,
In
मैं
that
सोलो
case, I'll
लेवलिंग
go
देखता
order
हूँ,
for
Demon
us
Slayer
first.
देखता हूँ, One Piece
Please wait here a
देखता,
moment.
Sword Art Online देखता. वहीं से इंस्पिरेशन मिली Genshin Impact खेलने की.
Ooh, everything looks so
और
good.
डेथ नोट देखा.
Fontaine sure know how
भाई
to
कुछ छूटा ही
enjoy
नहीं है मैं.
life.
Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's good,
अभी मैंने
I'll make a
लास्ट
group
एपिसोड
reservation
4
for
नहीं
the
देखा
rest
यार
of
सोलो
Spina di
लेवलिंग का.
Rosula next time.
And if it's not?
Well, then I'll still bring everyone. Albeit with only one dish per table.
Yeah. Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right?
Oh, true.
Speaking of cases, do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now
खत्म
that this has all
कर
happened?
चुका हूँ Demon Slayer. अरे खत्म कर चुके हो.
We've certainly
सीजन 4
taken
तो
a big
आया भी
step
ना.
forward, but I feel that's about it. We know that there's an organization that means to dissolve these young
Oh,
women.
SKS भाई
but we
don't
still
like
don't know
to
what
wait,
they are
right?
really after.
He hates to wait.
If it hadn't happened right in
एक
front of
हफ्ता
us,
रुको फिर एक सीजन आएगा.
wouldn't have
Oh,
ever
मांगा
believed
खत्म कर
that a
चुका.
person could be dissolved like that.
ये मैं भी खत्म कर चुका.
Right? Yet it was because this was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really
Bhai,
move
but-
forward before.
Tell me the name of one anime which changed how you think.
We were so close to hearing who was behind it.
Hashira training arc. Hashira training arcs.
In
Oh.
such investigations, even the smallest step can seem like a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off. To be honest,
ना सोलो
I don't
लेवलिंग
have
की
high
मांगा
hopes
तो
for
quite
any
popular
follow-up that the
पहले से है
authorities
ही.
might conduct. It's not that I don't have faith in their ability. It's just that a different perspective is required in some matters. It's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective. A shift in thinking is required at such times in order to produce a breakthrough. Which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exist. Those highfalutin folk are not all-knowing. That's why we exist. To seep into the cracks where filth falls through, where their watch fails them. That's the kind of problems we solve.
सोलो लेवलिंग मांगा मैं नहीं
Paimon thought
आता.
things were simpler than they actually are.
मनहावा में
It's
आता
all
है.
right.
Oh, सोलो
This was
लेवलिंग
supposed to
वर्कआउट
be a
रूटीन
farewell meal,
2-1
so
पंच
I
में
doubt you
कॉपी
have
किया है.
further interest in this business, right? Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
ये तो अपनी बहन को ढूंढने निकला था.
That's true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended. It didn't really seem like the right time or place to do it anyway.
I see. So,
कोई बताएगा
your
what
primary
anime was
objective,
the
which has been
first
foiled so
which you can
far,
say कि
was to have a chat
इसको
with the
देख के मेरा
Hydro Archon.
perception change हो गया.
I've heard that there's a long
about
line
things.
of people waiting to meet Lady Farina.
Naruto मत
I
बोलना
you'll be
please.
waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
Yeah, we've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that it'll be tough getting any of her time.
याद नहीं आ रहा अभी. How?
Well, would you consider some more, unique ways? Perhaps you
Guess that's Spina di
ये
Rosula's boss for you.
सोलो लेवलिंग 75 डे हार्ड चैलेंज है.
What did you have in mind?
Quest for today.
One way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask us. I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending.
ड्रैगन बॉल थी, उसके बाद डेथ नोट. भाई डेथ नोट का तो लिटरली काफी देर से मेरे दिमाग में म्यूजिक बज रहा है इस टाइम. ये नाम पढ़ के ही दिमाग में म्यूजिक चलने लगता है.
We'd have to go learn how to act, and acting's really hard.
तुम्हें बेस्ट एनीमे सॉन्ग कौन सा लगता?
Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed. Then wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers. Don't let her go back to sleep until she answers all your questions. I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some sleep.
एक स्कॉर्पियन को सरवाइव करना होता. Easy peasy.
That's not really the problem.
रेगिस्तान में.
The problem is we don't want to get ourselves arrested.
Valid point. I overlooked that part. I was just thinking about leveraging a person's desire for sleep. All right, no more joking around. Perhaps you could.
अल्ट्रा और कल एग्जाम और अभी मुझे लोकी की बात याद आ रही है.
Clearing citizens of hers from false accusations.
भाई तू अभी मेरे को ऑनलाइन दिखा था गेंशन में. बहुत अच्छी प्रिपरेशन हो रही है तेरी. लास्ट टाइम मतलब थोड़ा कम ही पढ़ना चाहिए, पता क्या? मेरा भाई है. माय बेस्ट एनीमे सॉन्ग इज जुजुत्सु काइसन. सेकंड डेथ नोट एंड थर्ड ओपी.
Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know,
मेरा भाई जो ना वो भी एग्जाम्स के एकदम एंड में नहीं पढ़ता था. एग्जाम से पहले पूरा टाइम पढ़ेगा, लास्ट का एक दिन बिल्कुल नहीं पढ़ेगा. ही वाज लाइक लास्ट में नहीं पढ़ना चाहिए, मेंटल रेस्ट की जरूरत होती.
Would you like to order another?
No, it's fine. We're just about done here.
All right. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend
OP मतलब One Piece. Ron,
it tastes kind of salty.
You are my special. हैं? मैं न्यू ईयर एक्सप्लोर कर रहा था बट आ गया मजे लेने. One Piece. Yep.
Is that so?
मैं बताऊं भाई.
Well, in that case,
मेरा सिलेबस 50% भी कंप्लीट नहीं है.
If we're all finished eating, then I'll go pay.
Like देखो मेरे को तो पता नहीं नेट का कैसे होता. पूरा पढ़ना होता क्या? 50%. ये मैं सुना काफी लोग बहुत सारा काफी कंटेंट छोड़ के आते हैं क्योंकि एक स्पेसिफिक पार्ट ही तुम कर पाओगे, क्योंकि वाइड बहुत होता है सिलेबस. बाकी मेरे को ज्यादा पता नहीं. मेरे लिए अनरेवल इज अ बेस्ट एनीमे सॉन्ग. She should do.
Okay.
Hey, Navia, what are you doing over there?
मैं कुछ और सोच रहा था. Overpowered.
It was just a million.
Let's get ready to try to beat the Hydro Icon again. Bye, Navia.
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always welcome to contact the Spina di Rosula. I'll give your requests the highest priority. In any case, I wish you smooth sailing. I'll see you again, partner.
भाई किसी और की भी बफर मार रही है. मेरी में लाइव स्ट्रीम नहीं चल रही. कौन से ला रहे भाई? ईता ओवर 9 क्योंकि न्यूमेरिकल्स आते हैं. स्ट्रीम करो न्यू एपिसोड्स है. What the really? कॉपीराइट ना चाहिए मेरे को. कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर होना चाहिए क्योंकि न्यूमेरिकल्स आते हैं. आगे क्या है ना? मेरा ठीक है. नो बटर. अबे भाई यहाँ पे मेरे को कुछ टावर वगैरह खोलना पड़ेगा. कब तक के पानी से तैर के जाऊंगा. गॉब्लिन स्लेयर कैसा है रे? गॉब्लिन स्लेयर ये कौन है? सोचना स्टार्ट, ये भी कुछ नया आ गया क्या यार? मतलब ओनी स्लेयर आएगा अभी कुछ दिन बाद, फिर कुछ देर बाद आएगा वो डेली कर हो गया भाई। फिर आएगा गोरियो स्लेयर, सारे भूतों को स्ले करेंगे। भाई आज ये आर्क पूरी खत्म, मैं तो ह्यूमंस ले, अरे भाई भाई ये कुछ ज़्यादा डार्क हो गया। ब्रो तुम वही हो ना जो कमेंट नीचे करता है ब्रो चोज वायलेंस, कैथरीन से कलेक्ट कर लो।
Follow the wind.
There aren't many people around anymore. Looks like that boat we took to Araneas might have been the last one. Looks like we're back here again. Huh?
ब्रेसर्क
Are you?
तो ट्रिगर भाई मेरे को बताओ, डर टाइप का लग रहा क्या? थोड़ा सा प्रेशर
Are
फील
you
हो
sure
रहा?
we don't want to come back in the morning?
Vashay?
Hey, why are you still walking towards it?
स्पॉन्टेन के
There
अंदर
might be
जाओ।
something nasty in the water. Huh?
अभी तक मेरे को हाइड्रोक्लस नहीं मिला।
Paimon can kind of hear a
ब्रेस्ट
voice
इज टू डार्क,
calling for. Hey,
इवन डार्कर देन द नाइट।
stop walking! Come on, wake up!
Oh, Oceaniad, is this
Vashay, are you my dear Vashay?
brisk?
No.
Is goated.
You seem
Dark
to be
तो
someone else.
उसका था
Do you know
black
Vashay?
cat.
Do you know where my
Monster.
love is? I'm. Wait.
वो कुछ important चल रहा है इधर।
Who am I? I'm very sorry. I fear I do not know. My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. So many fragments dissolved amidst the tide, never to be recovered. How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I since forgotten? Yes, that is what I was once. But now, I am but the consciousness of one who is lost, therefore. I do not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water, and then all grew dim. I also remember going to many places. I loved
Lara
adventure,
be like
loved
Arpit Bala.
exploring places of peril.
How come,
No
bro?
matter where I went, Vashay would go with me. I knew how dearly
अभी
he loved
currently
me,
क्या देख रहे हो?
and I also loved him
Currently
equally
मैं
as
बाकू नो
much.
पीकू स्टार्ट किया था देखना।
But now, we can no longer go back. The pain of such parting. No, our reunion no longer has.
और
any
solo
meaning.
leveling.
There is no way for us to create any new.
Credit goes to Trigger. मेरे को सजेस्ट किया
The
था।
thought of me gives him no succor. So let it
Anime.
lie forgotten beneath the waters.
मत देखना।
If you meet Vashay, tell him not to look for me.
यार इधर कुछ सीरियस
Tell
मैटर
him
चल
to
रहा।
move on. That is the only thing I still remember. Perhaps that is so.
अब ये किस
as I
चिड़िया
was
का नाम
submerged
है?
in the waters. If only I could have
भाई
comforted him.
ये
Told him that I
बेस्ट
did
एनिमे
not
ऑफ ऑल
suffer.
टाइम है यार। वन पीस भी सेकंड नंबर पे आती। तुम्हें
I had felt a
सॉरी
great
एनिमे नहीं है, एनिमे मूवी है एक्चुअली। योर नेम जानते हो ना? आई हैव सजेस्टेड रेडो ऑफ हीलर। सीरियसली ब्रो बोल रहा हूँ मत देखना।
Is that what you call it?
मेरी तो अभी
Dissolving.
भी देख रहा हूँ।
I consider it a form of release.
स्टेप
It was a
मोमोज
state of
वाली।
neither
ओह
fear nor
ओके।
frenzy, with only an endless peace, like the water's still surface. I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time.
वाटर से याद है मैं पानी
And
पी
only
लेता हूँ
then
थोड़ा.
sees how they have lived for so long in a world of endless want and anxiety.
समझ गया. भाई लिटरली योर नेम से भी अच्छी उसकी सिनेमेटोग्राफी है यार.
I think I hear your companion.
गोल्डन बॉय देखा है कोई?
It's time for you to go, I think.
सुजुमी बढ़िया लगा.
Farewell then. I am glad that you were able to sense my presence. Remember, if you see Vache, tell him not to seek me out any longer.
अरे ये क्या हो गया यहाँ? अरे 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 ये क्या हो गया? जैक बेल, ये कौन है? Who the is he? कौन मारो क्या? मारो गया? हैं? ये तो लग रहा है यार वो टर्मिनेटर मूवी चल रही है.
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex.
रेडन आ रही क्या मतलब?
Clorand?
ये कौन है? What the रेडन तो नहीं है ये.
Quick, now's our chance!
रोबोट्स ने वाइटनर सूंघ लिया है ब्रो. बटन मॉमी वाइटनर का नशा किया है आज. तो ट्रैवलर कहाँ गया इसमें? भाई ये लोग ये गलत तरह से क्यों देख रहे हैं एक दूसरे को? ये क्या चल रहा? ओ भाई साहब.
I should thank you for lending us your sword there, Clorand. But before I do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
I followed you. It seemed to me that danger has followed you more closely as of late.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is actually called stalking. Is it not?
भाई वो तो शर्म के मारे उसने.
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray his trust. He would do the same.
हॉस्टल में था तो
Do not speak of my father.
ये मेरा रूममेट विक्स का नशा करता फेविकोल का.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Clorand, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech.
अगर डाल
I
दिया
believe
तो
we all
चलेगा.
wish to avoid unnecessary emotional harm.
Sorry, I did not consider your feelings.
Whatever.
भाई ये कैरेक्टर कैसे
What else do
मिलेगा?
you know? How did you come to the conclusion that I'd be in grave danger?
I doubt I know much more than you, but I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances is very powerful. Your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm shocked it's taken them this long to act against me. And what about these Gardamex? I thought only those associated with the Maison Gardiennage could control them.
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities to enforce the law. I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via illegal means, deploying them as a private force of sorts.
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Yes. Be careful and do not act
ठंड
rashly.
रख भाई ठीक है. ये रेडन ही है. इसके कैरेक्टर का स्टाइल भी रेडन जैसा. मतलब माय क्वीन. अरे ठीक है भाई तुम लोग तो मतलब.
Regardless, thank you for your help today, Clorand. But if you get any ideas, tell
इसका
me
नाम
first.
क्लोरीन है.
I don't much appreciate being followed.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime soon. So I shall stop following you. Good day, all.
Right. I suppose that's the best news we've gotten today.
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Clorand was being sincere with you. If we tried, we could attempt to thaw relations a little.
I know, I just...
क्लोर अरे छोड़ भाई क्लोरीन पड़ेगा मैं तो इतना मुश्किल नाम नहीं होगा मेरे से
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought we were done for! Those Gardamex came out of nowhere while you were unconscious! Oh, and there was that champion duelist named Clorand who came out to save us too! We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off.
Oh, come now. Forget all that polite talk. That wasn't really a farewell meal we had back there. Not for me, anyway. In truth, I hope that every meal we have together shall be a victory feast. As such, we're still partners. There's no need to thank me.
It will take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
If it were me, I would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account of her goodwill.
All right, you two.
Can I get
That's enough.
How did you
yeah
know that we were in danger? You sure did show up in the nick of time.
Well, to be honest, you're the one who tipped us off, Paimon.
Huh? Really? Paimon contributed somehow? Ooh, Paimon's even more amazing than she thought!
Yes, all thanks to you grabbing my drink by mistake.
for some reason I think Navia is trying to be Ayaka
After we parted ways,
ये
I was on the way back to one of our
कर
bases
लिख
when I
दिया
suddenly thought of what
अरुण
you
भाई
said. That the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky. Fanta only comes in sweet flavors, so how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I recall, had also been a bit off.
So the Fanta had been
मजे ही
spiked
मजे
with water from the primordial sea?
Yes. So if you
कोई वो
hadn't
देखा है
drunk
रील
that cup
ये
for
कर
me,
ले कोई ऐसा
Spina di Rosula is preparing the
गेम मिले
grandest of
जिसके
awards
मजे ही
for
मजे
you as we speak for saving the boss.
Huh. Really?
I sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate, but whoever did this left no trace at all. That's when I figured out that you might be in danger and hurried here as quickly as I could.
But why would they go after us too? All we did was defend Linny in court and help clear his name. Ugh, now we're caught up in this mess too, aren't we?
Well, you did foil a plan that they were probably pretty proud of, and almost got their name in the process. Speaking of which, did anything strange happen when you drank the primordial seawater?
Well, it can't be a coincidence that the
See
traveler
you around,
fainted
bye.
just now. He said that he heard that voice calling for Vache again. Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too, but it was real faint. Does this situation have to do with the primordial seawater then?
for childs ये मतलब bro कहना क्या चाहते हो
The primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro when it's used on people who are not from Fontaine?
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
New intel? While you were out cold?
Well, let's hear it, shall we? Oh, that is important.
it is plus हो रहा बंद करो
Vache. That name doesn't ring a bell. I suppose he hasn't stepped forward as a witness in court lately. Since he saw that young woman dissolve, he was at least at the crime scene. But he never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial seawater. Could he have been threatened? Yes, thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue to investigate. Oh, you mean you'll help us investigate?
Well, you did say that our farewell meal didn't really count. That means we're still partners, right? And besides,
अरे मैं क्या कर रहा
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased. You are the face of Spina di Rosula, after all.
मैं फिर बार conquest कर रहा था
Well, in that case, let's head back to one of our bases, shall we? I'll arrange accommodations for you. We also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our bonds as partners. But We'll take that one step at a time.
डोमेन, हाँ यार एक्चुअली ये ख़त्म हो इतना सा पार्ट, फिर आ जाओ, पहले रिंस को वेस्ट कर लेते हैं। आ जाओ प्लीज़ ज्वाइन करो, फिर बाकी तो बाद में देखते रहेंगे। रेडिन मॉन्स्टर, यस यस यस, रेडिन के लिए फार्म करना अपन को। आ जाओ भाई आ जाओ, एसकेएस भाई प्लीज़ इफ़ यू आर अवेलेबल, आप भी आ जाओ यार। ठीक ठीक ठीक, whenever you are like you know available. चांदनी रात, मॉन्स्टर चलते हैं फिलहाल तो।
There are leaves.
ओके बच्चारा, पिलवा ना दियो भाई, पता चला कि मेरा हड्डी पसली एक कर दे वो। यार 80 लेवल का काजुहा है, लेकिन अभी भी उसके किसी काम का नहीं है।
Ad Astra Abyssosk.
अरे नहीं भाई, नॉटी नहीं, और मतलब
Thank you for completing.
भाई मेरे 50 प्रीमोज में आपको खेलने नहीं। अरे भाई पहले ज्वाइन करो। पुच्चू, चलो कोई आया तो, कोई तो आया। थोड़ा इधर थोड़ा उधर। ब्रो प्लेस सिली विशर जो के है। अरे तो एजर भाई, एज्योर पढ़ो या एज्योर पढ़ो। आई हैव ऑलरेडी। तो चलते हैं इनाजुमा पहले। मॉन्स्टर लौंडे के पास। देखो पहले मैं मारूंगा। एजूरे नहीं पढ़ते हैं ना कहीं कुछ भी। एज्योर और एजर मोस्टली देखो यूके प्रोनाउंस करते हैं इसको एजर, और यूएस वाले एज्योर। हम इसको अजूरे पढ़ेंगे। हाँ यही बचा है बस। रेडिन बिल्ड करो। चलो थोड़ा फार्म करते हैं रेडिन के लिए। अभी मैं आऊँ? अरे बिल्कुल ऑफ कोर्स रॉन भाई, कैसी बात कर रहे हो। इफ़ यू आर अवेलेबल प्लीज, व्हाई नॉट। लिखा कुछ है और रॉन भाई ओके। यार मैं ये तो गलत आ गया। अरे मैं वहां जा रहा था, वो जो एक मॉन्स्टर होता है ना लौंडा, ये नहीं है। ओ यहाँ पे है शायद। यार तुम लोग समझ रहे हैं ना मैं क्या बोल रहा। अच्छा हाँ इधर है। प्लेयर 3 पास आए आप लोग। भाई देख पहले मैं मारूंगा ठीक है ना, बाद में कुछ लोचा हो तो बीच में आ जाना। पहले मैं अपने डेंड्रो ट्रेवलर से इसको मारूंगा। ओह इतने ओपी प्लेयर हैं इधर तो। आजूरी कुछ भी। कर लेते हैं पहले तो। ओ नेवलेट भाई भी आ गए। भाई तुम मेरे कैरेक्टर्स कितने ओपी हैं। एक ही बार में इसका तो काम लग गया यार। भाई नहीदा का चेम्बर। ओके अभी अपन लोग चलते हैं यार। रेडन के लिए आर्टिफैक्ट कहाँ मिलता बताना जरा। अच्छा इधर मिलता ना एम्बलम वाला।
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home.
ये है
This blade.
ये है ये प्लेयर
It is
4
the
पे।
last link I have to the land of my birth.
Follow my lead। आए आप लोग आए। भाई ये क्या है?
Every journey has its final day.
Follow my lead। ये मैंने कहीं सुना है। ये मैंने सुना है BGMI में। फॉलो माई लीड। आप सभी अंदर आ जाएं। नेवलेट भाई अंदर आ जाएं। लेट्स सी कितनी जल्दी खत्म हो सकता है ये।
Take a moment to rest.
Once a wind and cloud.
Time to go.
नेवलेट भाई पानी फेंकते हुए। कुछ तो मिला है यार खतरनाक सा एक। मेरे को रेंज को कंडेंस करना है। एक्चुअली मेरे को बताओ किधर जाना पड़ेगा। पहले उसको कंडेंस कर लेते हैं। ज़्यादा मिलता है ना सामान। लेट्स गो। मॉन्स्टार्ड में जाना पड़ेगा ना। आई गेस सो। I have 3 gold artifacts. Oh. हाँ भाई कंडेंस रिंस यूज करना चाहिए। मेरे को कोई बोला था एक बार। बट पता नहीं कैसे करते हैं वो अलग बात है। निकल क्यों गया?
Into the wind.
मेरे को स्पेलिंग नहीं आती है बट रेडन वाला डोमेन करेंगे 10 टाइम्स। पहले कंडेंस रेंज तो बना लूं।
Settle down.
मतलब बेसिकली अगर ना भी करूं तो भी कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा। इज दैट व्हाट यू से? ना ज़्यादा ना कम। ओह अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा, अभी समझ में आया मेरे को। चलो गाइज लेट्स गो टू इनाजुमा। 10 बार करेंगे ये वाला क्वेस्ट। मतलब टाइम बचता है तो रुको, अभी नहीं जाऊंगा, पहले कंडेंस कर लूँ और रेंट्स को। तो इधर जाते हैं हम लोग। बैग में, बैग कहाँ है? टाइम बचता है। ओके कम फर्स्ट, आई एम कमिंग। मैं आ रहा, मतलब मेरा। चलें, इनाजुमा पहुंचे आप लोग। आई एम राइट देयर। आज फार्म कर ही देंगे रेडन के लिए। भाई कोई हील कर दो मेरे इस गरीब से काजुहा को। एक कोई कम है। 2 नाहिदा कहाँ से आ गई?
Never again.
अरे ये क्या हुआ? अरे वो देखो लौंडा पेल गया मेरे को। आवाजें तो आ रही थी बट समझ नहीं आया कौन आके एकदम से। खैर दो नाहिदा, एक नेवलेट, एक शोंगली। शोंगली भाई रेडी कर। अश्योर भाई, तुमने शोंगली को बहुत बढ़िया बिल्ड किया है। कोई बात नहीं, मैंने पत्थर चलाया। देर हो चुकी थी तब तक बहुत ज़्यादा। येलेन आ रही है। ओह येनफी कौन है ये?
Time to go.
गाइज थोड़ा फ्लेक्स तो बनता है। कुछ के पास तो मॉमी कैरेक्टर्स हैं भाई साहब।
One with nature.
I will have order. Be sanctified.
Clouds high. The birds come. So
hey, ये क्या? मैं तो पिट सा गया हूँ थोड़ा सा। ओह कुछ तो मिला मेरे को। पहले ये कर लेते हैं एक बार, फिर वापस उस मॉन्स्टर के पास चलेंगे, ठीक है ना? क्योंकि मेरे को वो भी चाहिए।
into the wind.
अरे कोई आएगा, तुम लोग देख। अरे कहाँ गए सब लोग? भाई क्या कर रहे हो?
Time to go. Adorn my night. One with wind and cloud.
Solidify.
कुछ कूल सी चीजें मिली हैं। एक सेकंड आना, उस राक्षस के पास चलते हैं जरा। ये क्या हुआ? हाँ अभी ठीक है।
One with nature.
Order guide.
The birds call. Wind strike. Never
अरे बाप।
again. Into the wind.
गाइस शोंगली पिट रहा है। अच्छा सॉरी नहीं भाई साहब शोंगली यार। अच्छा नेवलेट ही पहुंच गया। Now let's get back to the domain. ये था। या फिर ये था? नहीं ये था। रेंज कलेक्ट कर रहा था। Oh.
I see the value in my own work, but I also see the meaning in all the endeavors of the people of Fontaine.
भाई 90 लेवल कैरेक्टर्स के साथ मेरा काजुहा कितना अनकूल लग रहा है।
The wind knows me.
और कोई क्यों नहीं मार रहा? अबे भाई 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 आखिर क्यों?
Silence.
One with nature.
Allow me to intervene.
भाई हील करो हमें, हमें जल्दी से हील करो। मैं गया वरना।
Settle down.
भाई खुद धो दिया गंदा वाला।
Time to go.
ओ फिर से कुछ मिला। बेल बेल बेल। अब आप लोग पहले डोमेन में आ जाएं। You are already in.
Time to go. Into the wind.
This is order.
Wind strike. Fallen leaves. Dawn light night.
Take a moment to rest.
ऐसा करता हूँ मैं थोड़ा दूर ही चला जाता हूँ, पिट रहा हूँ बार बार, क्या ही करूँगा।
One with wind and cloud. Time to go.
ओ, एक और पार करते हैं। भाई कुछ तो ओपी मिल जाए। वेट कर ले, हीलिंग कर लूं। अरे बाप रे बाप, मैं तो अपना ये तो मैं देखा ही नहीं था। इलेक्ट्रो के अगेंस्ट सबसे बेस्ट एलिमेंट कौन सा है? फायरो। ये नेविलेट तो कामे हमें यहाँ ही मार रहा है बात बात पे।
Time to go.
अब भी डोमेन लीव कर सकते हैं।
One with nature.
अरे भाई कोई है इधर? अरे कोई आ रहा है क्या? अरे कोई आएगा इधर? भाई उसका अभी तक बाल भी बाका नहीं हुआ और मेरी तो। अरे कोई है? अरे कोई है? अरे जल्दी आओ ब्रो, ये क्या हो रहा है? गलत पंगा ले लिया था भाई। नेविलेट का डैमेज सही जा रहा। चलो अभी देखते हैं रेडिन जी को बिल्ड कर सकते हैं या नहीं। रेडिन जी को असेंड करने के लिए ओह 2 और चाहिए बस, जस्ट 2 more टू गो। आज कर ही देते हैं इसको थोड़ा सा असेंड। मीनवाइल आर्टिफैक्ट्स देख लेता हूँ। कैरेक्टर्स, रेडिन, आर्टिफैक्ट, filter, emblem, confirm.
This scenery is wonderful.
देख
Surely
भाई ये
enough to
करेंटली
convince
दिया हुआ
anyone
है,
to become a wanderer.
एक ये मिला है मेरे को अभी, कंपेयर करें।
Boats
बोलना
are
भाई
made for transferring commodities back and forth. And
क्या
those
करूं?
that come across Liyue tend to stay a
जो
while.
ऑलरेडी यूज हो रहा है
So
वही
it is
लगा
where
रहने
many
या चेंज
things
कर दूं?
come to settle.
ER दे रहा है ये वाला। Five times Raiden domain again. That's possible. चेंज कर दूं?
Illusion shattered.
अच्छा ठीक है। चेंज हो गया। इसको इनहैंस कर लेवल 20 कर सकते हैं क्या? अच्छा है ये क्या?
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
लेवल
But
20
where
करने
are
लायक है ये
those
वाला?
who share the memory?
Can someone please tell me? Hello.
There are leaves around. And
बस
I know
4 plus करो।
just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
क्रिडी में जरूरी है, एनर्जी रिचार्ज है। डिफेंस आ गया। इसको और इंक्रीज करने का क्या?
Wherever in this
Max
world
update कर दूं?
Osmanthus
I carry
wine
memories
tastes the
of my
same
home.
as I remember.
This blade.
But where are those
It is the
who
last
share
link I
the
have to the
memory?
land of my birth.
गलत हुआ रोल हुआ तो मत करना, अभी बताना।
Inactivity serves
मत
no
करो।
purpose whatsoever.
ठीक है, फिलहाल यही रहने देते हैं। बाकी जाते हैं इधर। करेंटली ये इक्विप्ड है, कंपेयर कर लेते हैं
Every
इसको।
journey has its final day. Don't rush.
स्विच कर दूं क्या?
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
Nope. Okay.
But where are those who share
बाकी तो
the
वही
memory?
पुराने हैं। अच्छा, अभी
This
ये दिया
scenery
हूँ।
is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become
पहला,
a wanderer.
दूसरा, तीसरा। बोलना जरा। पहला, दूसरा, तीसरा, तीनों में से कौन सा बेटर है? थर्ड वन। थर्ड ही तो सिलेक्टेड है। और 5 बार डोमेन कर लो, उसके बाद
Osmanthus
बिल्ड
wine
करो।
tastes the same as I
चलो
remember.
एक्चुअली हाँ सही बोल रहे हो।
But where are those who share the memory?
ठीक है, एक बार पहले चलते हैं उस लौंडे के पास। कहाँ गया वो वाला लौंडा? इसको पेलते हैं थोड़ा सा, फिर चलेंगे। गाइज प्लीज
One with nature.
हेल्प।
Time to go.
Unsight me insects.
ओह भाई ये वॉन्डरर किसका है?
Order guide. One with wind and cloud. Never again.
मैं फिर फेल दिया गया। ऐसे थोड़ी होता है। काजूहा बहुत कमजोर लग रहा है। तो देखो एक सेकेंड मिल गया रेडिन पे। अभी ये अपग्रेडेबल है थोड़ी सी, ठीक है ना। ऑल आई नीड इज मेरे को ये वाले लहसुन दिला दो कोई चल के, ठीक है ना। पहले ये ढूंढते हैं, फिर ये ढूंढना है मेरे को 4। डोमेन करूँ 5 टाइम्स। अरे भाई ये रेडिन को अपग्रेड कर दूँ ना एक बार, बहुत मन कर रहा है, 80 लेवल हो जाएगी। फिर मैंने यहाँ है एजर आ रहा भाई।
Follow the wind.
रेडन भाई मीनवाइल यार वो जो ब्लेड वाला है वो ढूंढ दो, नेट गया। अच्छा यही तो है, मेरे को ये भी तो चाहिए था। ओह हाँ भाई हेल्प जैसा कुछ चाहिए मेरे को। आ गया वापस। हाँ भाई लौंडे को पेल लो।
Time to go.
मैं आसपास ही हूँ।
Time to go.
45 चाहिए, 2 और चाहिए मेरे को बस। सेट।
Time to go.
भाई मेरे को वो ब्लेड जैसी चीज चाहिए, वो कहाँ मिलेगी? अरे यार कितना कमजोर काजू है यार।
Time to go.
वो देखो मैं भी थोड़ा सा मार देता हूँ। देखो अभी बताओ मैं क्या चाहिए मेरे को। ठीक, इधर गया, कैरेक्टर पे गया, शोगुन पे गया, मेरे को बस ये चाहिए ये। तो अभी मैं इधर हूँ, ये लॉन्डो के पास चलो। क्राफ्ट होगा चेक, मैं अभी कर रहा, पहले एक को तो हाँ वैसे एक्चुअली कर सकते हैं क्राफ्ट भी। दैट वुड बी फास्ट, फार इजियर एंड फास्टर।
My lucky day. See no more. Wind strike. Illusion shattered.
ओ दो रेडिंग शोगुन। अरे भाई मैं फिर पिट गया। Count 999। क्या मतलब, गलत कैरेक्टर को बिल्ड कर दिया है।
Illusion shattered.
ना ना मेरे पास ये नहीं है भाई, ढूंढना पड़ेगा अपन को।
The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory.
डेथ काउंट हो जाएगा भाई. मेरे को वो ढूंढवा वो.
Shine down.
Wherever in this world I roam.
कुक प्लीज. क्या कुक कर लूं भाई? लमाओ भाई. वैसे फिट भले रहा हूं मैं, लेकिन ग्राफिक्स अच्छे लग रहे हैं आज. मुझे देखना है क्या होगा.
The wind knows me.
पहाड़ों के ऊपर जंगल के पार देखो ये काजुआ अपना. Actually, leave it.
It's my lucky day. Into the wind. Illusion shattered. Now you shall perish. Step aside.
अरे भाई भाई भाई. एक और चाहिए बस. अरे यार अभी बहुत सारे चाहिए. अभी बहुत सारे चाहिए. 8 चाहिए यार. 8 लिटरली. भाई कहाँ मिलेगा? कोई ढूंढ दो प्लीज.
Stand with me.
Eight into 3. What's that? What is that?
Time to go.
Guys here. Listen to me, guys. They are all here for real.
One with nature. Clouds. Illusion shattered. Birds.
Out of my way.
There is no escape.
Oye, oye.
Time to go.
Time to go.
Into the wind.
Let me try.
Shine down.
I'll settle this.
One with wind and cloud.
To oblivion.
Wind strike.
Who says there aren't benefits to a life of war?
Time to go. Follow the wind.
The insolent shall be punished.
It's a lucky day. Boom! Say no more!
Clouds high. The birds call.
Finally,
बस यार 2 ही थे। यहाँ आ ही गए तो काजुआ का मटेरियल उठा लेते हैं, थोड़ा सा काम आ जाएगा बाद में।
One with nature.
भाई ये कौन सा एरिया है? इधर तो मैं कभी आया ही नहीं। बाकी सब जैसा भी हो, ग्राफिक्स बहुत अच्छे हैं। इधर आओ रॉन भाई।
Wind Strider.
अच्छा ये ट्रेजर होल्डर्स की तरह सब जगह है। ओ अरे भाई तो जिसको जहाँ दिखे ना उसको वहाँ पे डील कर लो।
The wind knows me. One with nature. It's my lucky time to go. See no more. Down. Into the wind. No.
Oh, teleporter.
Time to go.
क्या मतलब वहां तक नहीं पहुंच पाऊंगा। भाई मेरा काजुआ नहीं पहुंच पा रहा वहां तक.
A fateful offering.
एक सेकंड, थोड़ा इसको और ढूंढना. मैं एक बार जाके चेक कर रहा.
Shine down.
There are
तो
leaves
ग्रेड हो
around.
पाएगा. Inazuma shines eternal, by the way.
There is no escape. Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever. Illusion shattered.
Okay. एक ये है. नहीं हो पाएगा भाई, और चाहिए. एक और चाहिए. बस एक रह रहा है. बाकी इसको क्या कहते हैं? वज्रा एमिस्ट चंक. इसको भी जब तक बना ही लेते हैं.
The world remains constant over the centuries.
Get behind a tree. कौन सा ट्री? चल भाई चल चल चल, एक और ढूंढ लेते हैं लास्ट.
Shine down. All
This
the
scenery
world
is
holds
wonderful.
deep.
Help, I am being surrounded. नंबर 4. वो नंबर 4 ऐसा क्या? नंबर 4 तो इधर ही है.
The wind knows me. One with nature, as one with wind and cloud.
भाई 2000 का डैमेज मैंने दे दिया. 2500 का.
Illusion shattered.
Into the wind. One with nature. Clouds high, the birds call. Time to go.
भाई इसकी चाबी नहीं है मेरे पास.
How's this?
Adeptus. Adeptus.
Let's get down to business. Into the wind. See no more.
Inazuma shines eternal into a shine down.
आ रहा भाई. लो हो गया काम. बस अपन लोग को चलना है वहां. अपन लोग को अब जाना है आर्टिफैक्ट्स के लिए 5 बार. हाँ मेरे पास कुछ है ही नहीं अब.
There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
Domain चलें. Domain. Let's go to the domain. हाँ भाई अब तो डोमेन ही होगा. अब तो सिर्फ डोमेन ही करना है. However मेरे को दिख नहीं रहा डोमेन गया कहाँ. लाइक अच्छा ये है. भाई 2 रेडिंग शोगन्स के साथ कितना अच्छा लग रहा है डोमेन करते हुए. 5 बार करूंगा ठीक है. 3 रेडिंग शोगन्स. 3 रेडिंग ऑन कजू. भाई क्या रेडिंग भाई नोटी हो रखे.
Time to go.
ओ मिस नहीदा. वो नहीदा भाई अंदर आ जा.
Order guide you. One with nature. One with wind and cloud.
भाई ये किसने डैमेज दिया इतना खतरनाक. ओ भाई मैंने देखा था वो वाला डैमेज.
This is order. Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
4 बार और करना है.
The wind knows me.
भाई इसने तो दौड़ा दिया मेरे को।
Again.
24,000 का डैमेज यूं ही दे रहा है ये नेबुलेट। मतलब 24,000 होता जो भाई ओपी कैरेक्टर्स लो, हाइपर ब्लूम मारो यार तुम लोग, एक कोई रेडन ले लो।
Time to go.
अभी भी 2 बार और करना है, नहीं 3 बार और करना है।
As one with wind and cloud, one with nature.
ओ भाई एक अटैक में ले जाता मेरे को यार, ये क्या ही चल रहा है। भाई ये डोमेन क्या हम अकेले कोई कर पाएंगे?
Time to go. Time to go.
अब 2 बार और। इस बार तो कुछ मिला ही नहीं मेरे को।
The wind knows me. Clouds high. The birds call.
Don't try to rush your enemy.
Wind strike. Time to go. As one with wind and cloud.
Order. Silence.
Wind strike. Clouds high. The birds call.
कुछ मिला? ओके, 1 lost of the time. Lost. भाई मैक्सिमम मैंने कर ली कंडेंस, एक बार में 5 से ज़्यादा नहीं कर सकते।
One with nature. Time to go.
भाई दौड़ा दिया इसने, बचाओ।
Into the wind. One with wind and cloud. So many regrets.
अच्छा 5 मिनट में करना होता है ये काम। ओ अभी आओ एक सेकंड आर्टिफैक्ट्स देखते हैं. Character Raiden artifacts emblem. Currently equipped है तो इससे कंपेयर करते हैं. ठीक है भाई देखो कौन सा ज़्यादा बेटर है. ऑफ कोर्स पहला वाला ही. एनीमो डैमेज बोनस. शर्म कर भाई शर्म कर. अच्छा ये क्या था. ये क्या हुआ एकदम से. आप डायरेक्ट कलेक्ट कैसे कर रहे हो पता नहीं. अरे मेरे को ये इधर बताना. तुझे को जो करेंटली लगा हुआ है वो और ये वाला.
Where do you want to go next?
करंट इक्विपमेंट. करंट डैमेज है या अटैक है. करंट रेट है. कंडेंस तो सारे यूज कर चुका ना मैं. आई थिंक जो करेंटली लगा हुआ है वो ज़्यादा बेटर है ना. Bro, you watch YT like how to build. No.
The same as I remember.
मैं नहीं.
But where are those
कौन सा यूज
who
करूँ भाई.
share
ये वाला.
memory?
पक्का.
Illusion shattered.
Which one should I use, bro?
Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth.
लगा
And
दूँ.
those that come across Leo
पक्का?
tend to stay a while.
चलो.
So it is where many things come
Enhance
to
करूँ
settle.
क्या?
There is no escape.
Crit damage.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who
Enhance कर लेते
share
हैं.
the
इतना.
memory?
बदल दो.
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand
Where do you
before
want
it,
to go
alone
next?
and unchanging.
If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references.
हाँ अब तो मैं भूल भी गया वो कौन सा था.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory.
Oh, crit rate. Anyways, ये दे दिया हूँ. अभी इसमें बोलना. करेंटली ER है. क्रिट रेट है. कंपेयर कर लेते हैं. एनर्जी रिचार्ज ऑफ कोर्स ये काम आएगा. ओह ये देखो ये ठीक लग रहा है यार.
Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth. And those that come across Liu tend to stay a while. So it is where many
या
things
फिर
come to settle.
क्रिट डैमेज होना चाहिए. हाँ देखते हैं.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who
There are
share
leaves
the
around.
memory?
Attack.
And I know just the tune to accompany
बेकार.
them, if you wish to hear it.
बेकार. Crit damage. Defense crit damage.
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion.
हाँ भाई हो गया.
I stand before it, alone and unchanging.
भाई इन दोनों में से कौन सा दे दूं? जो पहले से ऑलरेडी सेटअप है या स्विच कर दूं?
Every journey has its final day. Don't rush.
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
डिफेंस मत दूं. ठीक है.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
क्रिट ये वाला दे दूं क्या?
But where are those
शाइलिंग
who
से छीन के.
share the memory?
ये वाला देखो. How's this? अभी के लिए दे दूं.
This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer.
Check your ING. What does that mean?
The world remains constant over the centuries.
अभी कर
But
रहा
human
वो right
life
away.
is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water.
SKS bro बोलना. पहले दे रहा. For currently. I think ये better है. Swap कर देते हैं.
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home.
Feather में देख लो.
This blade. It is the last link I
Currently ये
have
given
to
है.
the land of my birth.
Tag HP बेकार. बेकार. कार. यार.
Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth.
Oh. सारी बेकार है I guess. ER for hyper bloom. बस भाई बस ठीक है समझ गया. क्रिट रेट है. ना उसके
Inactivity
पास
serves
नहीं
no
था.
purpose whatsoever.
है नहीं दो.
This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince
See,
anyone to become a
जो है
wanderer.
currently given artifacts. यही सही. इसको थोड़ा सा enhance कर देता हूँ. एक level. देखते हैं. Crit damage बढ़ गया. थोड़ा सा. ER 250 प्लस के लिए ट्राई करो. CR 50 और crit damage is
Shine down.
Okay, let me try. Crit rate कम है. Bro, इंग पर रिक्वेस्ट. अरे राइट अवे अभी एक्सेप्ट कर रहा रिक्वेस्ट आपकी. भाई कहाँ है रिक्वेस्ट? कौन सी रिक्वेस्ट है आपकी भाई साहब?
Illusion shattered.
दिखा रहा ओवरऑल. एक सेकेंड. इंस्टाग्राम पे. ओ तो अभी करता ना भाई, ओपन करूंगा तो लॉल कितना बोला था यार?
There are
250
leaves around,
ठीक है,
and I
ऑलमोस्ट
know
देयर.
just the tune to accompany them.
क्रिट
If you wish
डैमेज
to hear it.
ऑलमोस्ट देयर. क्रिट रेट की सत्या पिटी हुई है यार.
The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory.
सीआर कहाँ से लेके आऊं? क्रिट रेट ढूंढते हैं अभी.
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my
Suggested
home.
artifact? You mean recommended
This
artifact?
blade. It is the last link I have to the
Inactivity
land of my
serves no
birth.
purpose whatsoever.
ये ट्राई करूं क्या? क्रिट डैमेज मिल रहा है इस वाले में. अच्छा, क्रिट डैमेज इसमें तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा मिल रहा है. कोई नहीं, धीरे धीरे होगा, एक दिन में कुछ नहीं होगा. जल्दी करो, कुछ स्क्रीनशॉट शेयर कर रहा, देख लो. अरे ठीक है.
All the world holds dear is but a
Fast equip.
backdrop of constant
देखो.
motion. I
First
stand
equip.
before
ये
it,
सब कहाँ लिख के
alone
आता है
and
भाई?
unchanging.
अच्छा, अभी इधर देखते हैं पहले. यार है उसका बस. क्रिट रेट है. फेदर्स यहाँ पे काफी बढ़िया है.
The world remains constant
ओ
over the
भाई,
centuries.
EMER दोनों है इसके
There
पास.
are
तो.
Human
leaves
life is
around,
like the dew at dawn,
and I know
or a
just the
bubble
tune to
rising through
accompany them.
water.
If you wish to hear it.
Transitory.
कौन भाई? ये तो बैक होके थोड़ा. अच्छा, बैक होके गया. फास्ट इक्विप के ऊपर गया. क्विक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन पे जाऊं.
All the world holds
ये
dear
कस्टम
is but a
क्विक के ऊपर जाता
backdrop
हूं.
of constant motion. I
Wherever
stand
in this
before
world
it,
I roam,
alone and
I carry
unchanging.
memories of my home. This blade. It is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
I get it. भाई क्रिट रेट, क्रिट डैमेज ना बढ़ रहा. भाई दबे, मेरे को एक बार इसके लिए देखने दो. कोई कॉन्फ़िगरेशन पे EM इसका नहीं बढ़ रहा. अरे हाँ, कर रहा है इंस्टाग्राम भाई. खैर खैर खैर. ही भी लाइक, मेरे को तो आर्टिफैक्ट ही नहीं दिया, मैं क्या करूं फिर. विशेस में देखते हैं कितनी विशेस हो गई हैं मेरे पास.
There are leaves around,
7 हो चुकी हैं ये वाली.
and I know just
10
the
पे
tune to
खोलूंगा.
accompany them. If you wish to hear it.
Anyways, I think I'm done for today. आम पे तो है ही ना. मी जिसके पास सारे आर्टिफैक्ट्स भरे हुए हैं, मेरा फ्रेंड जिसको पता भी नहीं आर्टिफैक्ट्स होते क्या है। चलो एनीवेज, जा रहा ब्रो, अभी कल आते हैं, मंडे को आते हैं एक्चुअली। मैंने लॉग आउट क्यों कर दिया? ठीक है ठीक है, आज इतना जल्दी कैसे? अरे भाई आज मतलब कुछ स्पेसिफिक नहीं है ऐसा, बट फिर भी। अरे भाई ट्विटर का कुछ हुआ? ओ भाई लिटरली मैं बोला ना मेरे एग्जाम चल रहे थे, मैंने नहीं देखा, बट कल देखता हूँ, कुछ जो होगा डिस्कॉर्ड में बताते हैं, ठीक है ना यार। बाय बाय एवरीवन, बाय रॉन भाई, बाय स्केस, बाय रेड एंड ओपी।